Hello, everybody. Vaping Vinny here again, and it's good to be back live and with you all. I don't know how many there now. This is a live unboxing and first thoughts of this. It looks hideous. I'll say that straight away, Smok. The RPM160 kit. Hello, Haley. Hope you're well. I know you are because I was talking to you yesterday. Afternoon, Scott. Hope everyone at the Vape Shack / Immingham Barton are doing grand. But yes, it's this thing. This thing. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to get it up close in the next minute. Open it up, juice it up, have a little play and vape it. And then we'll go from there. Then I'll do a full review in about a week's time when I've used it quite thoroughly. Maybe a bit longer than that. I have a slight little backlog at the moment. You like the look, Haley? I'm not too sure. Well, I haven't opened it yet. It's fully sealed and everything. So I'll see what it's like in the hand. I suppose that's more important than the look. So without further ado, I will switch camera and get it open. Let's have a look at it. Bear with me, folks. I'm not a professional. There we go. We are up close with the Smok RPM kit. Let me just get this horrible cellophane off that they insist on wrapping these in. Afternoon, Christopher Mosson. Yeah, I'll get to the pod bit in a bit, Nick. Everyone knows my thoughts. I've been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks. I hate this shrink wrap stuff. There we go, that's off. Now let's see how much excess packaging we have on the go with the RPM 160. So we have a sleeve which shows you all the gump, bobbins. You get the 160 device, you get an RPM 160 pod, 7.5 mil. Obviously, that's not TPD compliant, but this wasn't sent for that purpose. I'll cover that in a minute. And you get two RPM 160 mesh 0.15 ohm coils, a USB cable, and a user manual. It's a shame it's not a Type-C cable, personally. Seems to be the way most companies are going. Oh, usually Celica packets. Be careful disposing of these, folks. They are quite poisonous. I like to sling them up there on my shelf. Important safeguards. Please read manual carefully. We'll do that another day. What we got here then? Battery safety. I personally always like to see that inside these. Type-C does mean faster charging. Yes, Christopher. Yeah, look after your batteries, look after your wraps. Smok scratch and sniff, QA pass card, don't really mean an awful lot. And there's a device. Actually, that's quite shiny. That's quite shiny. I wasn't expecting it to look quite that shiny. Come on out. Oh, it's a big old thing. And that camera ain't the best. It's a big old shiny thing. Wowzers, it reminds me of like the old-fashioned razors you used to get from like Remington. Hey Chris and Simon. I tell you what, it actually looks better in the flesh than it did do in the box. Holy smokes, look at the size of the airflow. Jesus, that is huge. And the coils, obviously they've only sent the one type of coil. Blimey, the big ass coils. Compared, although it's not far off. That's a Cleto 120 coil, just for a size comparison. So it's not far off the same size coils as a Cleto 120. Handy to have that there. Magnetic pod. Big magnets. As a Smok way. I hate rainbow, Haley. I hate rainbow devices, full stop. But that's quite nice. It's a silver carbon effect. What colour did they say it was on there? Silver carbon fibre. I'd say that's pretty close to it. It is massive for a pod. Obviously, it's not a real pod. Ooh, what we got? Clip white. Ooh. I hope that's tighter when the cells are in. I hope that's tighter. Nice little positive, negative colourings down there. Can't mistake which way to put your cells. And on there, A and B. I like that. They've actually labelled which cell is A and which one is B. That's a nice little touch that not many mods have on them. Now, I'm a tight kit and I still use good old faithful 25 hours in my regulated devices. I don't care. Let's see if that rattle goes away. No rattle. That's better. It's hefty. There's a bit of weight to it. Yeah, I'll cover that again, Chris, as well. This isn't really a pod device as far as we know it. I'm just going to always important with any sort of stock coil tanks, even pods, mount-along pods. Wick that cotton first. Just make saturation time that much quicker. There we go. I actually watched my friend Vapor, the other Vinny that reviews unboxing of this or first impression of this device the other day. Beat me to it again, Vinny. Always pre-work. What's the coil? It's a 0.15 mesh coil. It's a big boy. There we are. What we'll do, let's whack that in the inverted commas pod. There's the coil and the airflow on the bottom of there, and then massive magnets to hold it in. Oh, we got rubber wires. I hate these. These are my biggest pet hate on pods. Is the bungs. That's quite a tight one. Nice big hole. It's a tight one with a big hole. Now 7.5 mil of juice. You might want to pop back in a couple of days when I've got this filled. Blimey O'Reilly. 7.5 mil of juice. It's taking days to fill it. And got to open the new 100 ml bottle. Oh, there we go. Typical me, overfilled it. Just grab a quick tissue. Just quick nod to the juice. I'm going to pop in some Vappy Summertime from their new summer range. It's a cool lemon flavour. Right, let's pop that on. Whoa, said device. It's a good positive click in. It's heavy. It's big and it's heavy. Yeah, 7.5 mil of juice, Chris. Right, let's turn the sucker on. There we are. Nice display. Hope we can see that. Yeah, we can see that. Let's just bring that up. Quite a nice display. Presume these are the up and down buttons. They are 160 watts. That is nuts. What's the recommended wattage on these coils? Well, we're just on the up close. I'll just get the other one out. Bring it up close. There we are. That's the coil. Recommended 7 to 80 watts. What? 40 to 90 watts, and they say the best is 7 to 80. So why you put them in a device that does 160 watts? That's a little bit strange for me. A little bit strange. It's a bit bigger than the RGC one, Chris. A bit bigger. Right. There we go. That's it. I can't even fit it on the up-close camera in full. There we go. Now just compare. That's there. That's a Vaporesso Gen. The size difference is actually a bigger mod. The actual device is bigger rather than the Vaporesso. That's a bit strange. Right, anyway, let's put that to a side. Let's just leave that there, and I shall flip the camera back up top, and we'll have a vape and a chin wag. Hello, folks. Right then. By my reckoning, that should be about bedded in. Obviously, yeah, it's a whopper. That's the RPM160. That's a Vaporesso Gen with a Fatality RTA on. It ends up being shorter, but that's got an RTA on top of it. Anyway, I'll tell you what, that's a 120ml bottle of juice. It's about the same height. But it looks quite nice. I actually quite like the look of that. I quite like the styling and the shininess. Be interesting to see what it looks like after a bit of testing and bouncing around my car. Right, pods. Yes, it's a pod, but these aren't pods. Let's not. I've been saying this for weeks. It is not a pod. They are now using pods as sub-ohm tanks. This is a perfect example. It's 7.5 mil. It's a huge pod. It's not a pod. It's a tank, right? It's a tank with a plug-and-play coil. You could also argue that the Drag X is exactly the same. It's not a pod. Oh, don't talk about Odin. My Odin stopped working. Right, I'm not hitting that at 160 watts. No. Let's have a bash. 80 watts. I quite like it. I quite like the look. It is bulky. Hello. Ooh. Oh, God, that juice is cold. Scott, are you still there? Yeah, you are. Scott, you will love these Vappy summertime ranges. They've all got ice in them, and it's cold as hell. God, it's airy. Right, I've spotted a con already, and me and Simon Burr and Haley were in the chat, or if they still are. They've already got one of these, and there's no way of controlling the airflow. And the airflow is incredibly airy. So a tank with the utility of a pod system, yeah, it's just a plug-and-play coil. It's a sub-ohm tank with a plug-and-play coil. That is basically what this pod and many other pods are. Potanks. Potanks. Yeah, but Simon, I know we've had this discussion. You're saying cover only holes with your finger. Surely Smok should have realised some people hook you up. I'll have to see what I can do, Chris. I've only got big, massive bottles of it, I think. I'm not sure. I've got a big box full of stuff down there. They have got your address for some samples for the shop, though. Cover one of the holes. That's actually... Simon, I agree. No, not toads, Chris. I don't like that one. Simon, that's not actually a bad shout, covering a hole with your finger. But Smok should have realised about the airflow. There should have been some. It wouldn't take an awful lot just to have something in there to close. Just a little slider on the actual device was all it took just to be able to control it. Because then they could have gone direct mouth to lung as well. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that, Haley. I understand you can do that with your finger, but you shouldn't have to. You could also argue, tell you what, flavour and the cloud production you can't fault. You could argue covering it with your finger, especially in current climates with COVID, Corona, or whatever you want to call this virus kicking about, sticking your finger over it and inhaling could be a little bit dodgy. Just saying. Yeah, even a bung, a little plastic bung, a rubber bung will do. And it's quite loud. Let me come near the camera. Because obviously I'm using hello, folks. It's quite loud. Kicks, that's at 80 watts. Wowzer. It's quite loud. The airflow is quite loud. Okay, airflow RPM160 is louder than the Fatality RTA. Interesting. Yeah, there we go. That's basically a look around it. It's not. I understand. Yeah, Simon, flavour is cracking. Cloud production is cracking. My initial thoughts: con or airflow. Yes, you can stick your finger over it. Not an ideal situation. It's very airy, Christopher. Very, very airy. Yeah. Well, but why? I don't understand. The device is capable of 160 watts, yet the coil isn't. Does that mean the Smok are bringing out an aftermarket coil that will be able to handle the 160 watts? I'm guessing maybe so. But then that big airflow could come into play if they do another coil, a twin coil maybe, a twin mesh, dual mesh, like in the TV whatever it is 16. I can't remember the numbers of them all now. Flavour is nice. Flavour, cloud production. Can't fault it. Cannot fault that. But this, it's not a pod. It is a pod, but it's not a pod. I'm sorry. You can't. It's huge. Next mesh. Now that could work quite well, Haley. That's a damn good shot. Yeah, the TFE 16, Chris. Thank you. I couldn't remember the V bit for some reason, which I had 6 of, and I still got 4. I've given the other 2 away. But yeah, there we go. That's my initial thoughts. I will do a follow-up full review. It may take me a little bit of time. I'm going to do some editing of one straight after this. Hey, hello, Gav. Hope you all, Gav. Gav, I'm not doing the run. I'm doing a bike ride. You can definitely come with us. How do you define a pod from mod and tank? You see, no. This pod, that's the little thing that I was going to save that for the review, Christopher, but now you've mentioned it, I'd like to have seen it round, like the Drag X, because then you could get the potential of an adapter like the Drag X kit and then connect it to a traditional 510. That is how it connects to the device, the RPM160 device. As far as I know, that will not go on any other device, so it's not interchangeable. It would have been nice to see a round one, but then again, the shape, the ergonomics and everything. Yeah, that could be. See, I don't like the plates you can get. Obviously, a lot of the pods that came out, you can get an adaptive device. Yeah, all right, Gav. It's the last weekend in August. I'm doing it. 50k bike ride for the charity. Anyone want to drop any sponsorship in? The vaping.vinny@gmail.com. Much appreciated. I'm not doing all that now. It's I'll keep doing things and updates. I am back training on the bike, but this isn't for that. This is the unboxing and first views of this. I'm actually loving the look of it. I'm not enjoying covering the hole. That annoys me. Actually, it improves the flavour somewhat. Anyway, there we go, folks. And that's my initial look, unboxing, setting up, starting. Obviously, I will do a full review and go through the full pros and cons of the RPM 160. It's not what people expect of a pod, let's be honest. What we say. Hello, the League of Extraordinary Vapors. Someone needs to. That's really quite freaky seeing that pop up. 50k is not far, Gav. I think it take us 2.5-ish hours, maybe. Depends what state I'm in. It's me. I'm guessing it's probably Zippy. Zippy, I'm on Smok. You probably want to bash. But I'm going to go anyway, before Zippy does bash. It is Potang. It's a Potang. A pod tank, which you can't use on any other device, which does suck a little bit. Smok, go round. Do a 510 adapter, just like Voopoo. I've got to review that yet. I can't wait to say that too much. Voopoo. Yeah, it'll be Zippy, Chris. It'll be Zippy. But yeah, 160, initial unboxing. Like the look. It's big. It's not your traditional pod system. Yeah, my profile. I drive it. Well, we have a support vehicle. There we go. I actually like the look and I like the feel. Initially, I will use this now pretty extensively in my rotation of 4 or 5 mods that I carry daily. I think the airflow is too big. Price, I have no chuffing idea whatsoever. Peter Walker, Mr. Second Vape. Hope you're well, brother. But yeah, I quite like it in a rugged way. I suppose it is. It's a bit gearish, all the silver. Be interested to see how it tarnishes with a lot of use. Like I say, I'll have it with me. I'll have it bashing around the car. I've no idea on price, Scott Leaning. I'm not going to lie. It only arrived yesterday. I've not looked any of that. It chucks really well, but the airflow is massive. And there's no way of closing it, which does suck. It really does. 75 watts. And the flavour's spot on, but the flavour improves when you cover one of the airflow holes. Anyway, not dropped it yet. I'm bound to before I review it, so we'll see how we get on with it. Yeah, you get it in, Christopher here. will be available local for any of the local viewers at the Vape Shack at Immingham and Barton. There you go, lads. A little plug for you as well. There we go, folks. That's that. I'm not going to talk about anything else. There is a special League of Extraordinary Vapors show tonight, just as a secondary show following up from what we discussed last Sunday. Josh is running that. He's in charge of the show tonight. I will not be on the show. Yeah, Simon, he runs a shop, mate. The other Christopher Mosson, he works in one of the local shops. Anyway, there we go. Watch the League of Extraordinary Vapors tonight. The guys are just going to surmise and back up what we've already said regarding Voxpo and Vapor Round and everything else that's gone on after that. That's kind of fallout from that show. My view will not change. I think they've missed the opportunity to give vendors, shops, your bricks and mortar shops, I think that they've missed an opportunity to get a lot of them involved. Obviously, with the economic climate here in the UK at the moment, we have to go through the coronavirus, and we're still in the coronavirus, let's be honest. I think they've missed an opportunity to support the small businesses, your shops, your bricks and mortar, and your smaller juice lines. I think they've missed the ball a bit there. But I've made my views quite clear on Sunday night, and I will stand by my views on that. And I don't really care if I don't get nominated for the Voxpo Vape Awards with the channel or anything like that. I couldn't give a stuff. If that my views sacrifices that, then they're even smaller minded than I thought in the first place. And I'm going to end the folks, because I'll just go on a rant about it, and I don't want to do that again. I'll stand by everything I said on Sunday night, and I thoroughly support my brothers on tonight's show. I will be in the chat. I will not be on the live. But yes, they've missed an opportunity to support smaller UK vendors and shops. And the amount of support we've had from actually saying what we said on Sunday, I know it's nearly 1,000 views off my Facebook page alone for the Sunday show. We will stand by that, and we will continue to stand by that. And when we do our second virtual Vape Expo, we were the first to do it. Nobody can take that back from us. We will make, not only will it be free like it was before, not only will it be a more personal and up-close chance to speak to people behind the brands, we are going to focus a lot on small UK companies, be they shops, bricks and mortar, be they juice lines, be they little UK met companies like Murder Mods and Morningstar that we had on last time. We will be inviting all them back on. And if you're watching this and you are a small vendor, business, vape related, get in touch with the League of Extraordinary Vapors Facebook page. We are planning another expo, because I don't think the big UK Vape Expo will be on in the NEC in October, personally. But if it is, we will do one around Christmas, New Year, regardless. If it goes on, we'll do it then. If it doesn't, we will do it around the UK Vape Expo time again. Get in touch with us. We'll sort you out. You can get a slot. Come on and tell everyone that came and watched the last one. We had tens of thousands tune in to watch it. Please get in touch with us, and we will help any way we can. Don't forget the League of Extraordinary Vapors Facebook page. There's the Vaping Vinny Facebook page, and there's the VVR and Alex V Facebook group. The group is open to any vape business to share anything they want in there as well. Yeah, the collective meets. The trouble is, Simon, I didn't make money. That's the big thing. The little collective meets, I understand, and things like that. Something with local could be done. Peter Walker, you're more than happy to bring Second Vape onto our next expo, and I will talk to you about coming on the channel with me and having a chat, especially with what you're doing with the American juice brands. That is awesome. But yeah, it's They've missed an opportunity. That's the thing I'm so mad at. Not the fact that they're charging these companies on a sliding scale up to £4,000 to go on this virtual expo. I understand they've got to make money, and I understand they've got to recoup losses, and the whole thing they're set up with the virtual reality side of it. I understand that's cost money. But yeah, it just grinds my gears a bit. The fact that they've taken this opportunity to do something for the community and just turned it into a massive profit-making event, which is what it is. Yes, it's going to be open all year round and there's going to be further events. But it's, I mean, running on the numbers, if you roughly calculating, taking out expenses, they've probably made about 250k. If you take out expenses of setting everything up with the virtual reality side and things of it and stuff like that, and that doesn't sit too well. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, totally. I'm going to finish in a minute anyway because I'm going off on tangents again. I'm too used to doing the LXV. Anyway, I'm going to jump off and go, and I've got to edit some more reviews together and get them going. Subscribe if you've not. Share the love. Tell your friends. Tune into the show tonight with the guys on the LXV, and I'll be back with some more live up close reviews and openings and things, and more reviews, and lots of Vapor juice. Anyone interested in stocking some Vapor juice, get in touch with me. I've got to do a review for that as well. Anyway, I'm off. I'm rambling. Let me try and nail the ending, and then I can do my other stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, peace and love. Keep safe. Take care. Bye-bye.